Okay, so I could talk about this all day, all day, all year. Um, so let's talk about how do you know as a woman that this guy's genuine? The real answer is you don't. But there is a couple of things. You know, one of the things that I say to people is that when you're dating a guy, if he wants you to be his girlfriend, he will ask. You don't need to ask him. Yeah, because what what happens with some girls is that this guy, he enjoys having sex, but he doesn't really want to be in a relationship with you. And now you've said that, he's got to say to himself, now that you've asked him, when you're gonna make when you're gonna make me your girlfriend, he has to think to himself, okay, you know what, I don't really want to get rid of the sex, so all right, then I'll just do that. That's not the way to go because maybe a month, a year, couple years down the line, he leaves you. Don't get me wrong, some guys might just stick around forever while they're probably cheating on the side. But yeah, you gotta be mindful of that. As a man, you tend to do things the way you want to do things. So if you want to make her your girlfriend, you would do. If you want to make her your wife, you would do. You know what I mean? You'll be thinking about it. So you gotta always remember that when you put that kind of pressure on a man. Another thing is, when you're seeing a guy, the question is how quickly should you have sex? I would say, yeah, it's not really about time. You know what I mean? It's about getting to know someone. Some people believe, you gotta have a 30-day rule, a 60-day rule, a 90-day rule. That won't necessarily work. Yeah, you need to just talk to that person, get to know that person, go on dates if you go on dates, get to know each other. I would say what you need to do is get to know a person by asking the questions that's on your mind. Some people will be like, oh no, I don't want to ask these questions because he might think, that this is a bit much. If he thinks it's a bit much, then obviously he's not the guy for you. Yeah, so forget that. I believe you should ask all the questions that's on your mind. Don't wait for it. Yeah, he needs to know that you're serious, and he needs to be ready for that, you being serious. If he's not, then he's not the guy for you. Another thing is, actually no, I probably won't go on online dating. I'll probably come back to that. I'll probably do a whole topic on online dating. But also, how long, does he introduce you to his family, or did you ask him when you're gonna introduce to your family? All these things here are kind of signs here that he's not as into you as you think he is. You know what I mean? Because when you're into someone, you want them to meet your family. You want them to meet your friends. It doesn't take long, when you're into someone. But if they're taking their time, more than likely they're not a serious guy. Or it depends how long it is. Sometimes, they're not ready to do that. But it shouldn't be long, you know what I mean? A year, I say probably I would say under a year, you know what I mean? Because you can know, but then also it depends how frequently you lot seeing each other, how frequently you lot speaking to each other. If you're speaking, it's very different, because if you're speaking to each other every day, you're getting to know each other. So if you see each other every day, even more so, this is where things are a bit different, because if you're seeing each other all the time, then technically things will move quicker. Yeah, so meeting his friends, getting a relationship should move quicker than if you were seeing him once a month. So all of that you gotta think about as well. If But if you're seeing her every day, why is it taking so long for him to make you his girlfriend? For him to introduce to his parents? The fact that he's spending every day with you, yeah, there must be something in it, you know, as you're thinking. He might, you know, men are very similar to women. They like, you know, companionship. Sometimes they're just there for that, not necessarily that they're into you. Yeah, you see, women got this thing where they think to themselves, you know, men just can, you know, have sex and not care about the woman, which is true, you can. But when you do care about the woman, the sex is so much better. Your feelings, your connection is just so much better. I feel like men and women are very similar. The connection is strong. Yeah, as in, you know, when you have that connection, yeah, it's not the same as just sleeping with different girls. And, you know, it's like what women say, you know, that they feel a connection with this person, but he might not feel it with you. And that's the problem. So I would say, yeah, you know, taking all that into place, you have to remember all of that while you're on this journey of finding a man or a man coming to you. Because at the end of the day, most people in this world want that kind of, you know, that boyfriend relationship, that relationship, you know, where boyfriend and girlfriend or marriage, companionship, everything just nice, kids, all that kind of stuff. So you just got to make the right choices, because a lot of people get in a relationship here that isn't a good relationship. And you know, that can mess with your mind, not having a good relationship. So, you know, always remember that it is important that the relationship is well, great. When you lot get into to a disagreement, try not to shout, just try to talk it out. So what I would say you should do is, you know, you say, okay, listen, can we just calm down? That's the way to make things work. I always say to people, having a relationship, getting in a relationship is one of the easiest things to do. Sorry, no, not getting into a relationship. Being in a relationship, once you're in it, it's the easiest thing to do. Is in the sense where all the man and the woman need to do is talk to each other. That is all you need to do. Yeah, whatever's in your head, speak it out. The problem that we tend to have here is that we hold stuff in, and then it blows up later, or it never gets said, and you know, you're feeling some type of way about him or about her. So, you know, just try your best, yeah, to, you know, have a great life and make sure it works. You know, relationship. You know, people ask me all the time, you know what I mean? And I must admit, yeah, it's difficult for girls, because there is a lot of, they call them FUCK boys. Yeah, I'm trying not to swear in any of these videos. So, you know, that is the term that people use at my age and a bit younger, a bit older. But yeah, it's crazy because, you know, I'm so young, but you know, the experiences, probably never gonna find anyone that's had the amount of experiences with women, the conversations, people opening up to you, you know. So if there's any question you got, yeah, it's unlikely I won't have the answer. You know what I mean? No one's ever brought anything to me and I haven't had the answer. I just would prefer for people to really get what they want in life, whether it's relationship, whether it's money, whether it's a great job, whatever it may be. But yeah, try to keep them short. Excuse me, under 10 minutes. But yeah, remember, have a good day, good week, good month, good year, good life. Bless.